Good. So in this meeting and these conversations and deliberations, Lord, we pray specifically for our leaders and for the common voice that comes out this evening. May it be one that brings you glory and goodness to all of our neighbors, for all who call this their home. May we love mercy, do justice, and walk humbly with you. In the precious and holy name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. Ms. Fowler, roll call, please.
Councilmember Preston? Here. Randy Kelly?
Here.
Councilmember Broughton? Here. Dr. Varner?
Present.
Vice President Davis?
Present.
Mr. Vorty?
Present.
Mr. Furlett?
Here.
Councilmember White? Present. President Tim Scott?
Present.
9 present.
Thank you. Report on subcommittee minutes, please.
Report on Subcommittee on Minutes. To the Common Council of the City of South Bend, the subcommittee has inspected the minutes of the August 22nd, 2016 meeting of the council and found them to be correct. Therefore, we recommend the same be approved.
Motion to accept. Second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Thank you. Special business, 1676, please.
1676, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, publicly congratulating singer, songwriter, and producer October London for his exceeding success in the music industry.
Is there a presenter?
Yes, my name is Karen White. I'm currently councilwoman at large for the City of South Bend with offices on the 4th floor here in the County City Building. At this time, I have the pleasure and the honor to present this resolution to Mr. October London. I'm going to ask him to join me at the podium, and if he has others that would like to stand with us, you're more than welcome to do so at this time.
Come on up.
Yeah. Come on up. Anyone else, please feel free to do so.
Love it.
Okay. A resolution of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, publicly congratulating singer, songwriter, and producer October London for his exceeding success in the music industry. Whereas the South Bend Common Council notes that October London is a singer, songwriter, and producer whose unique songs, like his 2016 single, Colorblind, will soon earn him a Grammy nomination for Best New Song. And whereas October London was born Jared Samuel Erskine on October 17, 1986 in South Bend, Indiana. His singing career began at the age of 5, where he sung along to the classic hits When a Man Loves a Woman by Michael Bolton in the living room of his grandparents' home. October musical talent and natural tune-smith abilities enable him to create unique pop, country, acoustic, soul, and adult contemporary sounds. And whereas October found inspiration from old school artists like Luther Vandross, Rick James, Tina Marie, Stevie Wonder, Zach and Roger, he has written and produced many great songs for his fans, starting with his popular first official mixtape entitled World Premiere, and his recent dance pop track, Move Your Body. And whereas October talents and musical abilities has earned him a contract with Cadillac Records with Snoop Dogg and Jazzy Ray, his early EPs, mixtapes, and hundreds of live shows garnered a lot of attention with his creativity, his lush sounds, and a blend of whirly drums and configuration. He has worked with chart-topping musicians and has opened up for artists such as Rick Ross and Flo Rida. Now therefore be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana as follows. Section 1. The South Bend Common Council proudly recognizes October London for his amazing musical abilities and successfulness into the music industry. The council wishes October all the best as he continues to sing, write, and produce his music. Section 2. This resolution shall be in full force and effect from and after its adoption by the Common Council and approved by the mayor. Prior to asking council members for comments, I'm going to ask Mr. October London if he has any comments that he would like to share at this time. I know you're not shy.
Not too shy. A little bit. I just want to thank everybody for coming out, my family and friends. I want to thank all of you guys. It's been a really, really long road. Everyone behind me, they've seen it. They've seen the struggles. It's not overnight. It's been over 12 years, and worked really hard on it. And I think I'm going to impress you the next couple of years. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who showed up.
Wow.
Thank you.
Ms. White, is any of those wonderful people standing with you want to be part of the presentation?
Would you be part of the presentation?
Anyone want to say a word or two?
Yeah, I have any comments.
Go ahead. Somebody.
Don't have to. It's fine.
Don't have to.
Okay.
There you go. Name and address.
My name is Jackie Martin. I live at 1430 Woodcrest Drive. I am his godmother, and he has been amazing. This is a God-given talent, and God is truly blessing him, and I am so, so very proud of him.
Excellent. Thank you.
Wow.
Anyone else? Do we have any questions or comments from council? Ms. Regina Preston.
Just want to congratulate you and say how very proud we are to have another native son to be able to rise to this level and bring pride and recognition to this wonderful community. So thank you for all of your hard work. We will be here behind you, championing you, cheering for you, and I can't wait to get your autograph.
So I had the pleasure of meeting Mr. London at Mayor's Night Out in the 3rd District, and I had to go home right away and pull him up online because I heard about his work. And at first I thought I was listening to Marvin Gaye, and I thought, now wait a minute, come on, it was beautiful stuff. The work was so impressive. And again, you're as impressive a young man as you are talented, so thank you for representing our entire community so admirably. If you ever need a blue-eyed soul singer for a duet, just say it.
Either of us. Just kidding. You'll want him. You said you'll impress us in the next couple of years. Been there, done that. You've done it. So congratulations. We don't have a vote in the Grammys, but, the votes on the faces from the people behind you, I wish you could see that. So, congratulations and best wishes going forward.
Don't know much about the entertainment business, but I note that your grandmother, or your godmother, said that your talent is God-given, but your description of yourself was that it was hard work and dependability and determination. It's a lesson for anyone, I think, that has a talent anywhere, that just because you have it doesn't mean it will come to its fruition. So, to your credit and to the credit of those who support you, congratulations and best wishes. Thanks.
Vice President.
Yes, it's definitely an honor to honor you tonight. As a person born in the month of October, it's always great I'm born on the 13th, so, all right, yeah. My grandfather was born on the 17th, so it's truly an honor to recognize you tonight. I echo Dr. Ivana's comments
when you talked about 12 years it has taken you. You know, it doesn't happen overnight. And the hard work that you have put in and you will continue to put in is an example to all of us to keep on trying, to keep on moving, and hopefully one day, just like yourself, the right people come together and the right situations come and you're able to soar. So thank you for making us proud.
Congratulations. I have to admit, I haven't heard anything you've done. But if it's as good as everyone says, and it must be, you may be the one who gets me to take that Sam Cooke CD out of my...
Good old Sam.
Congratulations on your success. Looking forward to following your career in the future.
Thanks. And finally, I want to thank you, and I love the fact that you have this support in this family and wonderful friends behind you. The one thing that I love about this is actually going in the history and the records of South Bend. That's why we do these resolutions. So your name is forever going to be mentioned in the records of the South Bend history of the Common Council. And it should be. And the other thing that I love, and I challenge you, and I know you will, is set that example for not only the kids here, but everywhere, because the way our arts and the creativity side is degraded in the schools, you're a shining example. So I'm one of those creative persons too, only on the photography side. We need more inspiration like that. Please keep up what you're doing. Show your voice. We love that. Thank you. Ms. White?
That's for your support.
One technicality, we have to open up to the floor to the public. Anyone wishing to speak in favor, please come to the microphone. Hear the hordes of supporters.
Sing, Sammy, sing.
My name is Samuel Brown. I live at 222 East Navarre Street, the city of South Bend. I represent a Western group called Citizen United. I came to the honor of knowing Mr. London. I'm much older. The talent run in his family. I do know Mr. Martin, Val Martin, one of the finest basketball players in the city of South Bend. So we're not going to talk about Val tonight. We're going to talk about this amazing young man we just got through talking. And he was talking about the struggle of 12 years. And on his first album or his first record, you got to put another one up there. It wasn't easy. And as long as you do that, you're always going to be humble. So I wish you nothing but the best from the city of South Bend. And when you get to that big stage, don't forget South Bend. Always give us a shout out.
Anyone else wishing to speak in favor? There we go.
Good evening. My name is Jacqueline Taylor Sutton, and I am from South Bend, but I now live in Los Angeles, California. But I still come home to see my parents, and I know Jared and Val and Jackie from when they were all little, because we have been family and friends since we all moved to 1433 Woodcrest Drive. I am so proud of Jared and Candy and Val. Our parents go way back, and when my sister told me that he was going to get this proclamation, I said, we have to go. We go way back. I know I will see Jared when he comes to California. I've already told him we will make sure he gets a home-cooked meal. I'm just so proud, and just to know, it's been 12 years, but it's been 12 wonderful years. Life is not easy, but just remember you have family and friends behind you, supporting you all the way. Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to speak in favor? Seeing none, technically I have to ask if anyone wants to speak against. Seeing none, we'll turn it back to council.
Motion to adopt by acclamation.
Second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you all.
No individual names, Joe.
We're in a photo bomb, so. Very quick on the picture. Hey.
Yeah, we are gonna be in that photo.
Come here.
Yeah, that's cool. Darn. Hey, I was up watching the game last night.
Thank you all.
Just playing it.
Tell us a good story. Okay. And that's for the record. Let's call the meeting back to order. We will now, it's hard to believe. We will move on to Resolution 1677, please. Ms. Fowler.
1677, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, publicly commending and honoring the South Bend East Side 10U All-Star Team for a great 2016 season and contending in the Cal Ripken World Series.
Thank you, Council. I think to start this off, I would like to invite our honorees, both the players and coaching staff and manager, and we'll just pretend like this is the first base top line here.
Come on up, line up. And presenter, your name and address.
Presenter, Joe Broden, Common Council Member, 4th District, inside Little League in the heart of the fort. So thank you for coming this evening. Many of us have tracked your success, players, as it popped across social media in our local South Bend Tribune, and then as it culminated with your welcome home ceremony from a very successful season. And this is one of many opportunities we have as a council on behalf of the City of South Bend to recognize hard work, talent, just as the previous individual, but talent, and people coming together to make something great and good. Behind you, I'm sure you probably have your parents, some other members from the league, and without them, your trip, whether it's across town to play a fellow Little League, or another state, okay, or all the way to the championships, it's not possible, as you all know, without their help. So before I get started, just to recognize your parents and the park volunteers who are not standing with you here, but to know we also recognize your efforts. Whether it's chilling the Gatorade, retrieving that mitt that was left at home, your uniform being washed, your fields being mowed, or the lines being chalked, or the never-ending fundraising that goes behind Little League Baseball.
So let's go ahead with the resolution. This is a resolution of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, publicly commending and honoring the South Bend East Side 10 Under All-Star Team for a great 2016 season and contending in the Cal Ripken World Series. Whereas the East Side Youth Baseball and Softball Association is a nonprofit organization located on the east side of South Bend. The association was founded to provide boys and girls ages 5 to 18 a place to play baseball and softball. East Side is affiliated with Cal Ripken Baseball, a division of the Babe Ruth League International for both baseball and softball. And whereas the Common Council proudly recognizes that the South Bend East Side 10 Under All-Star Team is the first team in the city of South Bend to participate in the Babe Ruth Cal Ripken Baseball World Series. This remarkable accomplishment is a recent addition to the successful history of the East Side 10 Under All-Star Team, with an outstanding record of being 3-time district champs, 3-time state champions, 2016 Ohio Valley Regional Champions, and compiling a 23-6 record.
All right.
Whereas, on behalf of our entire community, the South Bend Common Council is honored to recognize the hard work and dedication of the manager, Marcus Lassane, the coaches, Josh Schrapp-Louis, Phil Dombrowski. You know, we should probably do hand waves. Like the official baseball. Darren Bongiovanni, Joe Messenger, and Bruce Pearson. And the players. You guys can do hand waves for us, right? Is your names? All right. Turn around. Or just do a wave like that so they can see you in back and they can see you in front, right? We'll go all out for this, all right? Bryce Lassane, number 11. I love it. Aiden Pearson, number 28. Braylon Williams, 21. Thomas Eck, number 35. Tommy Behringer, number 17. Gianni Fonseca, not here, but number 0, here in spirit. Chase, this is for the record book, so we can clap even if he's not here. Chase Miller, number 2. Cameron Borowski, number 7. Braden Messenger, number 12. Miller, not here, let's give him a round. Eric Barron, number 18. Joseph Schrapp-Louis, number 8. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, as follows. The Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, publicly honors all of the players, coaches, and managers of the East Side 10 Under All-Star Team who participated in the Babe Ruth Cal Ripken Baseball World Series, as well as a special thanks to all the parents, family, friends, volunteers, and sponsors who donated their time, resources, and guidance that contribute to such a great season. Congratulations. This resolution shall be in force and in effect from and after its adoption by the council and approval by the mayor. Congratulations. Now, each of you will receive your own, and this is the original for coaches, and then we'll present you all.
At this time, any of the coaches want to say anything?
I'm Marcus Lassane. I'm the manager of these guys. First off, thank you. I appreciate you guys having us here. I mean, it's been the support that we've gotten throughout this run has just been absolutely incredible. We felt it while we were down there. I've never been to one of these. It's quite an experience. Seems like we got a lot of decision makers here. So I guess I would like to say that, you know, the things that are going on in our rec parks are still, whether it be basketball, baseball, whatever it is, it's still a tremendous thing for these young kids. You know, hopefully we can continue to make them better, however we can do that. And I think the main theme about these kids is the work that they put in. I mean, it's just we're we're pretty tough on them, and they like to work, they like to get better, they take it serious, and we have a little bit of fun along the way. So thank you guys, I appreciate it, and thank you.
Great. Council members, any words, starting with Ms. White?
Just congratulations. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we know the importance of our parks and the recreational centers. And again, congratulations to all the young guys. You've done a tremendous job, and continue to work hard, and it will pay off.
Yeah, congrats, and hopefully you can replicate the same success next year.
Yeah, congratulations from me as well. Good luck in the future.
Congratulations, and it's always good to know that Cal Ripken, who you are playing in the World Series, was the Ironman, and he played for 21 years, and I remember watching him as he continued to play and play and play as he set the record for the most consecutive games played. And so when you play in a tournament, recognizing the name of the person you're playing in, remember that it took hard work for somebody to create that record. And he created that record, played with the Baltimore Orioles, and you can create records yourself, starting at the age that you are, 10 and over, you can roll, and start now creating records just like Cal Ripken did. So it was an honor watching him play, and it was an honor watching you move forward.
Your hard work, listen to your coaches, listen to your parents, do what they tell you, good things happen. It's a simple formula. Write it down and listen to it frequently.
So I'm an East Side guy. I played at East Side a couple of years ago. And then I coached at East Side after that, so I know the amount of work you guys had to do to get as far as you went. Congratulations, and thanks for representing our community so well. Really appreciate it. Well done, you guys.
You see, district champion, state champion, regional champion, next year what? National champions.
And finally, just remember this, you guys work together as a team. So thank your teammates, they're all part of it, and thank your parents and your coaches for everything that they do to support you guys. So congratulations. With that said, we'll open it up to the public. Anyone from the public wishing to speak in favor, please come to the podium.
Get a home run.
Samuel Brown, 222 East Navarre Street, City of South Bend. I represent a White Sox group called 69. I will make this real brief. I'm part of the little East Side Little League family. Nobody in this little group here was even born yet. It was 1970. I lived at a place called Park Jefferson. And the reason I got into East Side Little League was to be a coach for my son. He was playing in one of the lower leagues down. And it was a good experience. We didn't win a lot of games, but we beat the team that was coaching in the tournament. And that's when I found out that I wasn't a good baseball coach, so I stuck to what I did best, play basketball.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak in favor? Seeing none. Anyone wishing to dare to cross the line and speak against? Seeing none. Back to council.
Motion to adopt by act.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you.
Congratulations. All right. East Side. Represent.
Thank you all. You're more than welcome to stay and watch how city government works.
Started early.
Were they all in attitude?
Yeah, and here's 26 next year.
No,
Okay, it'll be at least. I couldn't remember what she got this year. Because of that. Looking for either. We don't have you. She was in Chicago. Yeah. She's talking about it.
Thank you all.
Probably I'll do something like
At this time, we'll start with a report from city offices. We do not have any reports from city offices. I will entertain a motion to rise and join in the committee of the whole. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
I'm not going to be down for.
Kathy, do we need to continue 3516 or is it already, okay? Motion to continue. The committee of the whole is now in session. This is the portion of the council meeting where the full council meets as a committee. After each bill, the public does have an opportunity to speak, either in favor or against. You will be limited to 5 minutes for your comments for each bill. Can I entertain a motion to continue 3516 to October the 10th?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? The motion carries. Would the city clerk please read 4316?
4316, public hearing on an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, amending the zoning ordinance and establishing historic landmark status for the structure and real property known as Elbel House and located at 806 Leland Avenue in the City of South Bend, Indiana.
Is there a committee report?
Yes, the Zoning and Annexation Committee met this afternoon, and we bring this to you with a favorable report.
Thank you. Is there a presenter? Please state your name and address.
Hello, my name is Elisha Fiesel, Executive Director of the Historic Preservation Commission, South Bend and St. Joseph County, with offices at 125 South Lafayette. Abram and Melissa Christensen, the owners, and Joan Down Kristenko, former owner of the property at 806 Leland, also known as the Elbel House, have petitioned the Historic Preservation Commission to have this property designated as a historic landmark. Elbel House is located in the Chapin Park Local Historic District and Chapin Park National Register Historic District, and is recognized in the Indiana Historic Sites and Structures Inventory of South Bend with a rating of contributing, which is an 05 rating. I have a feeling that it'll be elevated during the next survey. Based on the local landmarks criteria as adopted by the Common Council, the site at 806 Leland can be recommended to the Common Council for designation as a local historic landmark by the Historic Preservation Commission. The Elbel House fulfills criteria in all 3 categories. You can read the categories on the screen. In category number 1, as an excellent example of Queen Anne Victorian architecture. Built in 1894, it exemplifies the architectural style through extensive exterior decoration, including original spindle and fretwork, a mixture of siding materials, ornate and column porches, irregular roof lines, and gables. In category number 2, by the integrity of the original construction, being completely intact architecturally on the exterior, including siding, ornate trim, original front and back doors, and all but one of the original first and second floor windows. And category number 3, by its association with Richard Elbel, president of Elbel Brothers Music Store and director of the South Bend Orchestra. Richard also served on the South Bend Parks Commission, being the only charter member to serve continuously until his retirement in 1939. He was instrumental in obtaining grants of land from property owners from Leaper Park northward, providing for the beginnings of what would become the Riverside Drive Parkway. In 1963, the golf course under development on the extreme northwest edge of South Bend was named in his honor. The Historic Preservation Commission has reviewed the petition and consent of the current and previous owners and the report prepared by the staff, and has heard and discussed the recommendation of the staff for the designation of the property as a historic landmark. The commission has conducted public hearing where the current and former owners spoke in favor and none in opposition. Adopted at an August 15, 2016 meeting of the Historic Preservation Commission, Resolution number 16-02 resolves that the building located at 806 Leland is hereby recommended to the Common Council of the City of South Bend for establishment as a historic landmark pursuant to ordinance number 5565-73.
Okay. With that, are there any questions from council? And we'll save comments till after public. Seeing none, we'll open up to the public portion. Is there anyone from the public wishing to speak in favor? Is there anyone? Oh, sorry. And please state your name and address.
My name is Joan Downs Crisanco, and my address is 849 Forest Avenue, South Bend, Indiana. I am the person who restored the El Bell House, and I worked for a long time to bring it back to life. It was in very poor condition when I acquired it at tax sale, and I'm really proud of the work that was done, and it's an important anchor on the west side of Chamber Park neighborhood. And the new owners are a delightful family who couldn't be here tonight because they're giving birth to their second baby. So they are very much in favor of the status as well, and we hope you recommend it.
Thank you. Is there anyone else wishing to speak in favor? Seeing none, anyone wishing to speak in opposition? Seeing none, we have comments. President Scott?
Yes, this is in my district. I've known this house for 22 years. I am still friends with the owners, the Doyles, who owned this 22 years ago when I moved in and became friends with them. I knew the owner after them, who took this beautiful gem and turned it into not so such a beautiful gem. And it's the hard work and dedication by Joan Downs Crisanco, who turned this back into just a really beautiful home within our neighborhood. I'm in full support of this, and I absolutely appreciate the work has been done for this.
Great.
So, thank you.
And is that a motion?
That will be a motion.
Second.
Second.
Two?
It has a baby room in it?
Favorable.
Favorable.
Yes.
All right. All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? The motion carries. Would the city clerk please read 4216?
4216, public hearing on an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, authorizing and directing submission of a written request to participate in the Indiana Department of Insurance's Available Insurance Proceeds Set Aside Program.
Is there a committee report?
The Health and Public Safety Committee met this afternoon and gave this a favorable recommendation to full council.
Great. Is there a presenter?
Yes, Randy Wilkerson, Director of Code Enforcement, 13th floor of this building. This is a set-aside program that's set up by the Indiana Department of Insurance. What this does, if there's a fire, an explosion, or damage to a property from a fire, it sets aside funds to make the repairs or complete the remediation of the project. Of the property. The one-time fee is $100. Should there be a fire and there's a claim, the Department of Code Enforcement will be notified immediately that there has been a fire, the claim has been drawn. It will not, the funds will not be released until we give it the approval that all of our needs have been met. We come tonight asking for approval for this.
Great. Are there any questions from council? Seeing none, we'll move to the public portion. Is there anyone from the public wishing to speak in favor? Anyone from the public wishing to speak in opposition? Seeing no one, back to the council.
Move for favorable recommendation.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion carries. I will now entertain a motion to resolve and rise from the committee of the whole.
So moved.
Second. Motion carries. All those in favor?
Yeah.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
I'm good.
Oh, thank you. Full council now back in session. Ms. Fowler, would you give third reading to 4216, please?
Third reading. 4216, third reading on an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, authorizing and directing submission of a written request to participate in the Indiana Department of Insurances.
Move for passage of Bill 42-16.
Second.
Ms. Fowler?
Councilmember Broden?
Aye.
Dr. Varner?
Aye.
Vice President Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Gordy?
Aye.
Mr. Furley?
Aye.
Councilmember White?
Aye.
Councilmember Preston?
Aye.
Randy Kelly?
Aye.
President Tim Scott?
Aye.
9 ayes.
4316, please.
4316, third reading on an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, amending the zoning ordinance and establishing historic landmark status for the structure and real property known as El Bell House, located at 806 Leland Avenue in the City of South Bend, Indiana.
Motion for passage. Second.
Ms. Fowler?
Dr. Varner?
Aye.
Vice President Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Gordy?
Aye.
Mr. Furley?
Aye.
Councilmember White?
Aye.
Councilmember Preston?
Aye.
Randy Kelly?
Aye.
Councilmember Broden?
Aye.
President Tim Scott?
Aye.
9 ayes.
Thank you. Move the resolutions. This time,
Resolution 16-57.
go ahead, Ms. Fowler. Oh, we need a second.
No,
Okay.
A resolution of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, in support of a reasonable transition to clean energy for South Bend.
I make a motion to hear the substitute version of Bill 16, Resolution 16-57.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Presenter?
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, what?
Committee report.
Oh, committee report, I'm sorry.
Utilities.
The Utility Committee had
Oh, I was
a
missing
public
something.
hearing this afternoon on this substitute bill, and it comes to council with a favorable recommendation of this resolution.
Thank you. Now,
Thank
Presenter?
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Dave Varner. I'm the 5th District Council Representative in the City of South Bend and the Chair of the Utilities Committee. By way of history, several months ago, the Sierra Club came to the City of South Bend and asked the Utilities Committee, or asked us, the council to look into the idea of a resolution in support of clean energy. To that end, the Utilities Committee had a hearing, public meeting, around the middle of August. I've forgotten the exact date. We invited members of the Sierra Club as well as members of AEP and Power Supply Committee companies to be here so we could get an exchange of ideas and some thoughts on the opportunities that were out there, the difficulties that may or may not be out there. And as a result of this, and with the help of our Sustainability Director, Therese Thoreau, City of South Bend, we put together a resolution which we think represents the entirety of the City of South Bend without delving too far to the side of one utility or one interest group. With that in mind, my co-chair would probably have some comments on it as we before we get to the reading. Are you ready?
I'm Oliver Davis, 6th District Councilman, 1801 Nash Street. Glad to work along with Dr. Varner. Also, we had our co-sponsors, again, Gavin Firth, Tim Scott. Again, we'd like to thank Therese for her work. As you see in our title here, it says, instead of the original one that had clean energy, it says cleaner energy source, which I think is a key part, because we're always working for a cleaner situation as we grow. One of the comments today talked about how it's going to take different generations for us to continue to look at this, and that's what we are working toward. And so in this resolution, you see that it's in two different parts. The first part is the whereas section, where we focus on what our goal is here in South Bend, whereas South Bend has experienced fast growth and interest in cleaner sources of energy. And we can look at the 5 whereas sections that we did for that standpoint, and then section 1 and section 2 and section 3. As we discussed earlier today in our meeting, we moved into the second part, which has exhibits. This allowed us to be able to put together the different issues that we heard from the AEP, such INM, and also from the Sierra Club and others who sent their comments and testified in our different meetings to how this all affects the city of South Bend as we move toward a cleaner energy solutions. As you can see, it looks at sections here, A, B, and C. From this standpoint, looks at what we have been doing to develop it here in South Bend, those who have already worked toward this area, the impacts of our high costs, and how we compare to others in our region, with those who are with consumer energy in the Michigan area, Indiana Michigan Power, and NIPSCO, those who are being serviced by that section. We mentioned coal fire generation as we talked about moving away from those kind of issues. We recognize that that's not going to happen overnight, but we want us to have a focus as we move toward looking at cleaning our energy and how we can do that. And then we looked at turning point for I&M and its customers in South Bend. And what is our focus as we look at starting now and in the future as we move forward in this area of clean energy. As you can see, that last section had two different sections I wanted to look at. Section 1, the council encourages I&M to consider the following policies, programs, and opportunities. So we wanted I&M to consider these 11 recommendations that we looked at. And in Section 2, we have 5 different parts that it says the council encourages the state, including the Indiana General Assembly, the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission, the Indiana Office of Energy. We will be sending this down to the state. We like what we said right after the election to make sure that our state representatives, our governor, and the state house will be able to see what the city of South Bend is doing. This is the first time that a city in the state of Indiana is taking a position on energy, and we want to be that leader here in the state of Indiana to say this is what South Bend is doing, so other cities can look at what we are saying and they can adapt what we are doing to their individual cities as we all look at building this. I would also like to ask Therese to come up and make a brief statement too.
Hello, Therese Giroux, Director of Sustainability for the City of South Bend. Office is on the 13th floor of this building. I just want to say that Sierra Club and I&M are both partners of our office, helping to educate my staff on energy issues, and I was very grateful for the opportunity to help the council increase their understanding of energy issues. I think that this resolution represents a good deal of compromise, but also a good deal of seeking increased understanding and information, which really serves, I think, as a baseline for us to have, as a community, intelligent and well-informed conversations about energy in the future, allowing us to always be seeking out the best opportunities for our citizens and making sure that we're keeping costs low, protecting our environment, and but doing so responsibly. And so I really am grateful for the opportunity to work on this, and look forward to having additional conversations about energy with this council on a regular basis. Feel free to call me at any time with questions related to energy sustainability. I'm here to be your resource. Thank you.
Thank you.
The key part that I wanted us to look at too is when you see our sponsors, we wanted to make sure as we reach out to our state legislature that we do this in a bipartisan fashion, and that's one of the reasons why it's good for us to hear all the voices, so then that we can look at how this particular state looks at issues, not just what other states are doing, but what does Indiana do to make sure that we are moving forward in this area of cleaning our energy.
Okay, thank you. Anything else from the presenters?
Yeah, I just want to make one other comment. One of the really great experiences of being a member of the council over the years is you find yourself involved in sometimes situations or discussions which forces you to go out and seek information. In this case, it's clean air, it's energy, it's all sorts of cost of energy. It could be something in another area, but I never cease to be amazed at how much information is out there, how accessible it is now today. And I find that no matter what you do, it always begs more questions. No matter how much you know about something or think you know about it, there's other folks out there who have vast storehouses of knowledge. To that end, I think the folks from the Sierra Club and I think the folks from I&M were willing to share that knowledge and information with us. And I think it allowed us to put together this package, which I think we can send down with unanimous support, and will foster further discussion throughout the state on this problem, which I think we all agree is important. Sometimes it's timetable we disagree on. So, with that in mind, well, I think you do part one.
You want to, well, they may have some questions, want to just, you want us to read the resolution?
No.
Okay, we'll read the resolution.
Well, actually, we made it short by giving you addendums.
I think we're absolutely fine with the...
We were thinking about that at the time. Okay. Whatever you want.
Council, are there any questions for the presenter at this time?
Let's ask the folks from,
What's public comment?
Hang on a minute, Mr. Barton.
I'm sorry?
Hang on a minute.
Okay.
Any questions from council at this point for the presenters? Seeing none, we will now open it up to the public. Anyone wishing to speak in favor, please come to the podium. You have a maximum of 5 minutes of time. Gavin Furlick will time you. Please state your name and address. We ask that please bring original information if you can. If you're going to repeat something, just kind of acknowledge that someone already said it earlier. And please line up and we'll keep the ball rolling. So, sir, go ahead. Your name and address.
Thank you. Steve Francis, 54174 Judy Lake Drive, South Bend, Indiana. I'm a local area resident and also a state board member for the Sierra Club for the Hoosier chapter, former chair for 8 years. I want to say thank you to council members Davis and Varner for leading this effort to bring together two entities, but also galvanizing the interests of the public locally to support cleaner energy. And it's not often that Indiana Michigan Power and Sierra Club can be on the same side. Oftentimes in other proceedings we're not. But in this case, I think the fine leadership of those two and those who sponsored this resolution have led to a process where we aren't, we didn't get everything that we would like in it, and I'll speak to that in a minute. But I think that it's something that we are very happy to support. That's something that can be shown around the state as leadership into the 21st century in terms of 21st century jobs and investment in South Bend and in the wider state of Indiana. A couple things. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge that there's already a good start for clean energy with the Sustainability Office in the city of South Bend installing solar panels, 100 kilowatt panels on the Transpo building a couple years ago, 20-some kilowatts on Century Center, numerous efforts to improve energy efficiency in Century Center and buildings by the city of South Bend, and residents would like to participate in that. To be incentivized to install solar and renewable energy on their homes and businesses around the city. So I think this is a good start. I&M also is to be commended for starting their construction of 15 megawatts of solar in their territory, some of which is out in New Carlisle and in Mishawaka, and we'd like to commend them for doing so. It's a good start, but it's not enough, because we face significant hurdles and challenges as our planet increases in terms of climate change and global warming, as we face ways that or challenges to clean up our current energy system, particularly the Rockport coal plant, which that's one area in which we didn't get all we want, and that's fine. That's part of the process. We would have liked to mention of the Rockport coal plant, which provides more than almost half of the power or the energy for the I&M territory and in South Bend. It faces numerous challenges in the next 10 years, and incredibly high costs in terms of cleaning up the plant down in Rockport. Most people don't know that we get half of our energy from a plant that's on the Ohio River. Rockport is the second largest polluter in the state of Indiana in terms of carbon emissions. Fully 15% of all the carbon emissions, 16 million tons per year, go up the smokestacks contributing to climate change, and 15% of all of the state of Indiana's carbon emissions are from the Rockport plant. It's also the sixth largest polluter nationwide of toxic pollutants such as nitrous oxide, sulfur dioxide, and other toxic elements such as mercury and arsenic and other products that end up in our environment in one way or another. So I think this is a good start. We're particularly very pleased with the way. Now, we had wanted, a 7 or 8 page resolution. But, you guys, like things neat and tidy and short, so we kept the resolution short, but pay particular attention to the exhibit, because I think it illustrates things that the city can explore in terms of providing for citizens, businesses, residences, industrial sites in the city of South Bend and the city itself, in terms of both providing its own power and reducing its costs to citizens and providing incentives to citizens. If, in fact, in the next 10 years, the Rockport plant faces $3 billion in costs.
So you have 30 seconds.
In costs that it will need to make in terms of upgrading the plant to comply with the Clean Air Act, that some of that money could be spent in the local area, creating local good jobs in the trades, electricians, installers, engineers, local jobs all over northern Indiana, as well as keeping our energy produced here rather than buying coal, which most of it comes from Wyoming. So, in conclusion, I think this is a great start. I commend and hope that the council fully supports it, and that we will continue in the future to work with the city in terms of the exhibit rolling out clean energy in the city of South Bend. So thank you.
Thank you. Next, name and address, please.
Christopher Cobb, 215 East Pokagon Street, South Bend. I'd also like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the Utilities Committee, especially Chair Dr. Varner and Alder Davis, sponsoring this resolution. I think this is a great piece of work. As I mentioned to the committee earlier today, I am thrilled to see the committee and the council and the city of South Bend taking seriously the need for forward-thinking policy. That the work on this resolution, and I would also thank Therese Durrell on this as well, to make a document as solid as this document is, that addresses not only issues of power generation and cleaner power, but also issues of social justice, the cost of energy, and the need to not only look at power generation, but also to look at opportunities for energy efficiency and providing funds that will enable lower income families to participate in programs that will enable them to use less energy and thereby save money. I think it's extremely well designed, and I couldn't be more pleased to see the city of South Bend taking a leadership role in the state of Indiana in putting forward ideas of this kind as a fundamental part of civic governance for the 21st century. This is the kind of city that I'm proud to be a part of, and I commend this resolution wholeheartedly. This is a wonderful, wonderful document. I think it will do great things to move us beyond coal, and it comes at a great time to help I&M, our public utility, continue to be accountable to the public. And your efforts to represent the public of South Bend, the interests of the city of South Bend, to our public utility as a part of the shared governance process that's set up for energy in the state, I think it's all excellent. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, name and address, please.
Evening, I'm Dr. Phil Sakimoto. I'm a professor at the University of Notre Dame in sustainability in the first year studies, an astrophysicist and science educator, and for many years a proud East Side baseball dad. Prior to coming to Notre Dame, I worked for NASA, the space people, in Washington, D.C. at NASA headquarters, where I was the manager of NASA Space Science Education and Public Outreach Program. So it's been my job for many, many years and decades to interpret current science research for the public. I want to talk to you about the floods of last month, which our news media tells us were epic floods, a 1,000-year flood, a fluke of nature, it'll never happen again. This was not a natural disaster. This was an unnatural disaster caused by the fact that we continue to use fossil fuels, we put carbon in the air, we cause our planet to get warmer. And as you well know, warmer air holds more moisture. So when the rains come, there's more water up there for the rain clouds to dump. And as our globe warms, it's not uniform. The Arctic regions are warming at twice the rate of the equatorial regions, which means that the temperature difference between equator and pole is lessened, and our jet stream is therefore getting weaker, much weaker. In the old days, a storm like the one we had last month, the jet stream would have pushed it on in maybe even a few hours. The jet stream is now too weak to do that. And so the storm lingers and sits for days, which is why we have the floods. And I think that in our community, we can't afford it. You sitting here know better than I how much money that flood has cost the city and will continue to cost the city. And with our warming climate, we can expect more of that. And even if we stop all carbon emissions now, what's there will be there for 1,000 years at least. And we're going to see more unnatural disasters like this. So what we're asking for here is to stop putting more carbon in the air, because if we do, what you saw last month is nothing compared to what we've seen here in South Bend and around the globe. I commend the city for this resolution. I think it's a wonderful first step. Sending it out here with a unanimous vote sends an incredible message to the populace, to the state, to the world. But you've heard about the COP21 deliberations in France last December, where the leaders of the world agreed to hold carbon emissions to a low enough level such that the peak temperature rise of the Earth will be 2 degrees centigrade since the pre-industrial area. That's actually a lot larger than it should be. But what I want you to hear now is that for every 10 years of delay in implementing those carbon reduction measures, the peak temperature will be a 0.5 degree centigrade higher. So in other words, this is a great start. I commend you totally for doing it, but it's not enough. We have to take bigger actions. We need to do them quickly. And so I hope that this resolution is the beginning of what really needs to happen, which is moving the city of South Bend and the surrounding communities to totally zero carbon emissions. We need to do it for our community. We need to do it for our children. We need to do it for those East Side players, because we want them to have a livable planet when they get to be our age. Let's show the world that we can be a leader in doing the right thing here. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else speaking in favor, please come to the podium.
Hello, my name is Caroline Baez. I live on 606 North St. Peter Street, South Bend, Indiana, 46617. I'm also a student at the University of Notre Dame. I'm a junior. I'm a math, poli-sci, and econ major with a sustainability minor. I am here on behalf of hundreds of Notre Dame students who couldn't make it tonight, and Fossil Free Notre Dame, which is a divestment campaign on campus, urging Notre Dame to divest its endowments from fossil fuels. I am so pleased that I chose to attend a university that had a very supportive community when it came to sustainability measures. I commend the Sustainability Office here at South Bend in comparison to a stagnant Office of Sustainability we observe at Notre Dame. We are often told at Notre Dame that we have a very powerful voice, that Notre Dame students can exercise this voice to promote change. However, in a hierarchical structure, we don't see much change happening. In light of the Laudato Si, we saw a commitment to transition from coal to a more economical solution, which is natural gas, which was not the intention of Laudato Si. It was a call for a care for creation. I'm here again on behalf of Notre Dame students to urge this committee and others to take this issue very seriously and to exercise my voice here where I don't feel it being exercised at the University of Notre Dame. I hope that you can influence the University of Notre Dame, rather than the University of Notre Dame highlighting a path for you to follow. We at Notre Dame think that this, again, is not, as the professor said, that this is not enough, and this is hopefully just the beginning step for the millennials to enjoy a planet that we can all live on. We hope you take this very seriously, because as hopeful as we try to maintain our hopes and optimism, even as prominent students of a prominent university, we often feel like our voice is not being heard on this major issue that we want to fight for in the future, and hope that you are fighting for us and with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Hi, my name is Megan Anderson, and I work with Sierra Club. I'm a conservation organizer with Sierra Club, so I live in Indianapolis. But I can give you
Address, please.
Yes, it is 1100 West 42nd Street, Suite 140, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46208. Great. Yeah, and I'm really thankful to you all for your leadership on this issue. For me, this is really personal. I volunteered with Sierra Club when I found out I had grown up near a coal plant. I have asthma. My brother and sisters were toddlers at the time, and I know what it's like to have an asthma attack on a bad air day. So even though this coal plant is really far away, I think this is a really powerful step forward, and I hope that this is a strong signal to the utility that it's time for them to create a just transition plan away from coal. And the good news is we know it's cheaper for them to retire half of this plant in the early 2020s, and it's cheaper for them to retire the whole plant by 2025. And so I am really excited also to share this news with the other communities that I work in, which is Muncie and Fort Wayne. There are pastors every day who talk to me about how much money their church is giving to help keep people in their homes because they can't afford their energy bills. And most of the problems are problems that can be fixed. People need low-income weatherization. They need efficiency done in their home. And so I think that this is a really strong resolution. It sends a signal to I&M that needs to be a priority for them. And I think this is exciting too, because the more renewable energy we have in the area that I&M serves, the more jobs that means for local people. So I want to thank the council for hearing this resolution today, and I ask you all to vote yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, anyone wishing to speak in favor? Seeing no more, anyone wishing to speak against, please come to the podium. Anyone wishing to speak against? Seeing none, we'll come back to council. Any comment at this point? Yes, Mr. Kelly.
I would just like to publicly commend council members Varner and Davis for taking this on. I think anytime we bring two disparate groups together, we had a representative from AEP in the committee meetings who also spoke in favor of this resolution. Bring two groups like that together and coming up with a resolution that all can agree on is an admirable thing. Thank you both for taking it on. To Dr. Sakimoto's point and others, this is a wonderful first step, but I really believe it's time for bold moves forward. And I would love to see our city become a leader in this regard and really take this on as an issue that doesn't end with this piece of legislation. So again, thank you so much for getting us started.
Ms. Brogan.
Just echo the comments. Those are fabulous. First step, but quite a bit more to do.
I'll just comment, as a co-sponsor, I appreciate my two other co-sponsors carrying the heavy burden on this. They did a lot of the work, and I appreciate that. What I love about this and what is really needed in America right now is the idea that two different entities with different visions actually coming together to work on something. When they disagree, coming together on something that they can agree upon. Yes, we need to move this quicker, but what I love is this is a very first step. This is a great example of what we need to be doing in America on many different issues, is getting parties to come together. I know it took time. I know it was a lot of hard work, even coming down to defining one word. I appreciate the work that was done by everybody, Therese, everybody, Sierra Club, even AEP coming here and actually saying, yes, there is a need to move forward, and we need to continue to do that. I love the process. Thank you so much.
Motion to adopt substitute 1657.
Second. Ms. Fowler.
Vice President Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Vorty?
Aye.
Mr. Furlick?
Aye.
Councilmember White? Aye. Councilmember Preston?
Aye.
Randy Kelly?
Aye.
Councilmember Broden?
Aye.
Dr. Varner?
Aye.
President Tim Scott?
Aye.
9 ayes,
Thank you. Thank you. 1664, please.
1664, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, approving a petition of the Area Board of Zoning Appeals for the property located at 3001 West Cleveland Road.
Thank you. Is there a report from the committee?
Zoning and Organization Committee met, and we bring this to you with a favorable report.
Thank you. Is there a presenter?
Ioka Pake, Zoning and Business Services Administrator with the Building Department at 125 Lafayette, Suite 100. This is a special exception application for a cell tower at 3001 Cleveland Avenue. It comes to you with a favorable recommendation from the Area Board of Zoning Appeals. I'd also like to point out that there were no variances applied for this application. The petitioner is intending to meet all the requirements for cell towers, including landscaping, hard surface parking, and proper fencing. And he's also going to meet the major requirement of having a 500-foot buffer around the cell tower away from residential properties. There was no remonstrance at the meeting. There was one person that came to the department prior to the ABZA meeting to ask questions about the application, and they left content. And that is all I have for you guys. Petitioner is here with any technical questions that you might have.
Thank you. We'll hold questions and let the petitioner, please come forward, give your name and address in a very brief statement.
Yes, sir. My name is Brian Donnelly with Inside. I'm here on behalf of Central States Tower Verizon Wireless. My address is 660 Midwest Road, Oak Brook Terrace, Illinois, 60181. The reason that this petition is before you today is primarily because the residents of St. Joseph County have asked Verizon Wireless for improved quality of coverage and capacity of coverage. I will just hit the highlights of what I said earlier, per your request. During peak hours in this particular area, residents of St. Joseph County are being prevented from gaining access to the Verizon Wireless network because of the quantity of voice, data, and texting in this area. At some point, the only way to offload surrounding cells and surrounding cell sites is the installation of new equipment in the air. The tower that is before you today will provide that platform for that equipment to improve the quality of coverage for St. Joseph County residents and Verizon Wireless customers in the area. And again, I'm here to answer any technical questions you may have.
Any questions for the petitioner or the presenter from the council? Seeing none, thank you. We will open up to the public. Anyone wishing to speak in favor, please come to the podium. Seeing none, anyone wishing to speak against 1664, please come to the podium. Seeing none, we'll turn it back to council.
Move for the adoption of resolution 16-64.
Second.
Ms. Fowler.
1664, Mr. Bordy?
Aye.
Mr. Furlick?
Aye.
Councilmember White?
Aye.
Councilmember Preston?
Aye.
Randy Kelly?
Aye.
Councilmember Broden?
Aye.
Dr. Varner?
Aye.
Vice President Davis?
Aye.
President Tim Scott?
Aye.
9 ayes.
Thank you.
President Scott,
Yes.
the petitioner on 1666 has communicated to us that he is detained, and therefore a motion to continue this bill to September 26th is in order.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Can I entertain a motion to take 1667 and continue it to 1010?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Do I need a motion to hear 16?
Yes, motion to hear 1668 and 1670 for purposes of public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, thank you. Is there a committee report for both?
Yes, 1668 and 1670, both were heard by the Community Investment Committee, and both go forward favorably.
Thank you. Is there a presenter?
Sarah Heinzman, Department of Community Investment with offices on the 14th floor of this building. This is a real and personal property resolution or abatement for industrial metal fab.
Didn't read it.
Time out.
Oh, we're sorry.
I apologize. We didn't give Clerk Fowler the time to read both resolutions. Ms. Fowler, go ahead.
1668, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of South Bend designating certain areas within the city of South Bend, Indiana, commonly known as 2806 West Sample Street, South Bend, Indiana, 46619, an economic revitalization area for purpose of a 6-year real property tax abatement for Industrial Metal Fab, Inc. 1670, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of South Bend designating certain area within the City of South Bend, Indiana, commonly known as 2806 West Sample Street, South Bend, Indiana, 46619, an economic revitalization area for purposes of a 5-year personal property tax abatement for Industrial Metal Factory.
And I apologize, I wanted to get to the riveting presentation by Mrs. Heisenberg. Go ahead, please.
All right, we'll start all over again, shall we? Sarah Heinzman, Department of Community Investment, offices on the 14th floor of this building. This is a tax abatement application for a real and personal property abatement for IMF. They're looking to put in $520,000 in private investment. The new taxes that will become from this project are $71,105, and of them, $20,167 would be abated. This will create 10 new jobs with over $300,000 in annual payroll. And Kyle is here to speak on behalf of the petitioner.
Sure, name and address and a brief statement, please.
Hello, my name is Kyle Bodway. I'm employee and minority owner of Industrial Metal Fab located at 2806 West Sample Street, South Bend, Indiana, 46619. My grandfather founded Industrial Metal Fab in 1964, 50 years ago. I'm third generation owner, and I'm looking to expand and grow this company while staying at our current location. We are landlocked and have exceeded our abilities to expand anymore. So this is one of the vital options we saw to grow our company and create some more jobs in this community. This is a multi-phase project. It's going to address a couple issues we have on our site currently with drainage and water, some of the things we talked about earlier tonight. And then it would also allow us to create some more manufacturing space where we could invest in some new equipment and continue to compete on the global market.
Thank you. Council, any questions for Petitioner Pilar? Seeing none, thank you so much. We'll open up to the public. Anyone from the public wishing to speak in favor, please come to the podium, state your name and address. Seeing none, anyone wishing to speak against, please come to the podium. Seeing none, we'll turn back to council.
Motion to adopt 1668.
Second.
Ms. Fowler.
1668, Mr. Furlick.
Aye.
Councilmember White. Aye. Councilmember Preston.
Aye.
Randy Kelly.
Aye.
Councilmember Broden.
Aye.
Dr. Varner.
Aye.
Vice President Davis.
On behalf of those of us in the 6th District, we say thank you. And aye.
Mr. Vorty.
Aye.
President Tim Scott.
Aye.
9 ayes.
Thank
Moving
you.
on to 1670.
Motion, please.
Oh, sorry. Motion to adopt 1670.
Second. All right. Thank you, Ms. Fowler. Go ahead.
Councilmember White. Aye. Councilmember Preston.
Aye.
Randy Kelly.
Aye.
Councilmember Broden.
Aye.
Dr. Varner.
Aye.
Vice President Davis.
Aye.
Mr. Vorty.
Aye.
Mr. Furley.
Aye.
President Tim Scott.
Aye.
9 ayes.
Thank you. Motion here 1672 and 1674 together, please.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ms. Fowler, 1672 and 1674.
1672, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of South Bend designating certain areas within the City of South Bend, Indiana, commonly known as 3722 Foundation Court, South Bend, Indiana, 46628, an economic revitalization area for purposes of a 6-year real property tax abatement for Imagineer Enterprises, Inc. 1674, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, designating an area within the City of South Bend, commonly known as 3722 Foundation Court, South Bend, Indiana, 46628, as an economic revitalization area for purposes of a 5-year personal property tax abatement for Imagineer Enterprises, Inc.
Committee report.
Community investments, send both of these forward favorably.
Presenter.
Sarah Heinzman, Department of Community Investment, offices on the 14th floor of this building. This is a real and personal property abatement for Imagineering Enterprises. They're looking to make $3.5 million worth of private investment. There will be The project will create $333,000 worth of new taxes, and of that abated amount would be $126,224. It's going to create 25 new jobs with an annual payroll of over $750,000. And Joe is here to speak on behalf of the company.
Thank you. Petitioner, quickly your name and address and a brief statement.
Okay, thank you. My name is Joe Rowan. I'm the Chief Financial Officer at Imagineering Enterprises. Our company, our doors opened in 1959. Our current owner has owned it since 1996. Anyhow, in the past 6 years, we had 75 employees, and we're now at 135 employees. So we're doing our best to create jobs, and we feel this investment, this expansion that we want to do is going to bring more jobs to our area. We believe in the next 5 years we can have 25 jobs, with this expansion, and these abatements will help fund this expansion. So we ask for your approval for these real and personal property tax abatements. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions from council? Seeing none, we'll open up to the public. Anyone from the public wishing to speak in favor of 1672 or 1674, please? Seeing none, anyone wishing to speak against 1672 or 1674? Seeing none, we'll turn it back to council. Motion on 1672, please.
Motion to adopt 1672.
Second.
Ms. Fowler.
1672, Councilmember Broughton? Aye. My apology. Preston. Aye. Randy Kelly?
Aye.
Councilmember Broughton? Still aye. Thank you. Dr. Furley?
Aye.
Oh, my mind. I'm tired, guys. Dr. Varner?
Aye.
My apology. Vice President Davis?
Again, on behalf of those of us in the 6th District, we say thank you, and it's aye.
Mr. Vorey?
Aye.
Mr. Furley?
Aye.
Councilmember White? Aye. President Tim Scott?
Aye.
9 ayes. Thank you.
Motion on 1674, please.
Motion to adopt Resolution 16-74.
Second.
Ms. Fowler.
Randy Kelly?
Aye.
Councilmember Broughton? Aye. Dr. Varner?
Aye.
Vice President Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Vorey?
Aye.
Mr. Furley?
Aye.
Councilmember White?
Aye.
Councilmember Preston?
Aye.
President Tim Scott?
Aye.
9 ayes. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
First readings. Ms. Fowler, 4816, please.
First readings. Bill number 4816, first reading on an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, repealing certain sections of Chapter 17, Article 10, regarding compact fees and assessments, and replacing such fees and assessments with system development charges.
Entertain a motion to send this to utilities for 1024.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. 4916, please.
4916, first reading on an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, appropriating additional funds for certain departmental and city service operations in 2016 of $208,300 from the General Fund 101, $3,300,000, $2,300,000 from the Lowit 2016 Special Distribution Fund number 257, $2,985,000 from Hall of Fame Debt Service Fund 313, $14,000 from the Kovaleski Capital Fund 401, $500,000 from the Coet Fund 404, $2,343 from the Cumulative Capital Improvement Fund 407, and $3,200 from the Creed Fund number 434.
Entertain a motion to send this to Personnel and Finance for 926.
I'll move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. 5016, please.
5016, first reading on an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, appropriating additional funds for certain departmental and enterprise operations in 2016 of $67,000 from the EMS Capital Fund 287, $2 from the Parking Garage Fund 601, $4,550 from the 2013 Sewer Bond Issuance Fund 664 and $6,700 from the 2015 Sewer Bond Issuance Fund 666.
Entertain a motion, send this to Personnel and Finance for 926.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. 5116.
5116, first reading on an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana for budget transfers for various departments within the City of South Bend, Indiana for the year 2016.
Entertain a motion, send this to Personnel and Finance for 926.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. 5216, please.
5216, first reading on an ordinance amending the zoning ordinance and requesting a special exception for property located at 736 California Avenue and 808, 812, 824, 826, 828, 830, 832, 834, 836, 838, 906, 908, and 910 Portage Avenue, Council Managed District Number 1 in the City of South Bend, Indiana.
Entertain a motion to send this to ZNA and Area Plan Commission for second and third reading on 1024.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Thank you. 5316.
5316, first reading on the ordinance, amending the zoning ordinance and requesting a special exception for property located at 331 Wayne Street, Council Managed District Number 2 in the City of South Bend, Indiana.
Entertain a motion to send this to ZNA and APC and second and third reading for 1024.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. 5416.
5416, first reading on an ordinance amending the zoning ordinance for property located at 1037 Elmer Street, Council Managed District Number 2 in the City of South Bend, Indiana.
Entertain a motion to send this to ZNA and APC and for second and third reading on 1024.
Second. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. We're done with that. Unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business? Seeing none. Any new business?
I have a question. Is this where, did I ask in there about those two things that I have to ask about here?
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Now we'll turn to privilege of the floor. This is where individuals wish to address the council must state their name and residential address. The individuals are limited to 3 minutes only. The maximum time limited for this portion of the meeting shall be 30 minutes. Individuals may address only issues in which the city has jurisdiction. Individuals shall not be permitted to address any topic which the council has heard previously on the agenda. The council president may assign a topic raised by individuals during privileged floor to appropriate council member or request the city clerk to contact members of the city administration to review all comments. The topics are assigned and shall be responded to in regularly scheduled common council meeting. With that, name and address, and you can go, sir.
My name is Samuel Brown. I live at 222 East Navarre Street in the city of South Bend. I represent a watchdog group called Citizen United. I come here this evening with a little heavy heart. The city of South Bend engaged in a community forum to discuss various issues that affect our community. I was not pleased, not at all. Somebody that works in the community and try to get very tough things done. I was disappointed. And it's really not no fault of the administration. I think they did the best they could. I think the panel did what they could with some very tough questions. The city, the community as a whole came with heavy heart. They wanted some real tough answers answered, but it wasn't to be that night. Oliver Davis have led the charge of the Citizen Review Board, and I see now how important that is. I would like to join Mr. Davis, and I'm asking the council, we need that Citizen Review Board. The other night, if we had had that Citizen Review Board, I think the citizens of South Bend would have been very proud of that meeting. But since it wasn't engaged, the meeting was very frustrating, a lot of heavy heart, family was disappointed, and the young lady that bellowed out, I was so glad and I was so proud that they let her get her emotions out without this getting real ugly. The mayor was upset. I looked at his face. He screamed back at her. She was hurting inside. She needed comfort. She came to have her pain comfort, and it wasn't, so she lashed out. The Citizen Review Board gotta come. You, the leaders of our community, sitting there, you gotta get behind Mr. Davis and push for that Community Review Board. It's gotta happen. I mean, it's time. We can't keep putting these things off to 2017, 2018. It's now. We done reconfigured this whole city. Now it's time to get some other stuff done. And I hope that you will join Mr. Davis,
30 seconds,
and other people that are concerned about our city, so this would not happen again. Because I thank God it didn't get ugly, because it could have got real ugly up in there. And I think that everybody was calm and passionate enough to let everybody go home safe. And when you hear a young man say, I'm just glad I'm alive, the Franklin kid, when he had the forum and say some real negative stuff about the police, all he said was, I'm glad to be alive.
Sir, your time is up. Thank you. Next, name and address, please.
Jason Beneke Critchlow, 3822 West 4th Street, South Bend, Indiana, but only for a short while longer. I come here today to more or less say thank you guys over the last year and a half for listening to me, addressing my concerns, taking my voice with every due concern that I believe it was weighted. Unfortunately, due to being just a middle-sized city in the middle of the Middle West, we are constricted with some very big challenges ahead of us, and unfortunately, economic opportunity is the biggest. With that, I'm going to be moving to Charlotte, North Carolina here in the next 2 weeks, where I will be working at the corporate showcase store and have an opportunity to branch out my career much farther, much easier, much faster, and avoid the dreaded lake effect snow.
There you go.
That's kind of what they said during my interviews.
Hurricanes.
But I just wanted to take one last chance, so I came down on my lunch break today just to say thank you for listening, to wish you all well in the challenges ahead. And even though I will be far away, I will still be paying attention, where this will always be my hometown.
Best wishes to you.
Motion to adjourn. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Good night. Good luck, Mr. Critchlow.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.